Good morning, everybody. I'm going to start on time because I know that, first of all, it's super early and that you have a lot going on at your local school. So I'm going to be very respectful of your time. We will start in about 1.5 minutes. Good morning, guys. Thanks for joining. We will start in about 1 minute. I'm a stickler for time, and I know that you're busy, and I definitely want to respect. I'm expecting this meeting to be no longer than 30 minutes. If you have questions, you can definitely stay afterwards, and I'm available to you for any length of time that you need. Well, until my 8:30 meeting, but so I'm available to then. But anyway, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen, and hopefully I won't miss anybody. Good morning. Thank you for joining. So I'm just sharing the, well, I thought I was sharing. Can you see it? I think you can. Okay, yes. I'm just sharing the agenda. It's totally going to be super informal. I just thought I'd write some little tidbits that I didn't want to miss. So got one more person coming in. I think, it's 7:30 a.m. Good morning, everyone. My name is Moody Castillo Crawford. I'm a director of academic support here at the district. One of the main things that I do is lead the Hispanic mentoring priority. We launched in 2019 with 65 middle schoolers in the Meadow Creek and the Bergmar cluster. And last year we wrapped up the year with 200 boys and girls. And this year we are planning on adding 100 more. And we've added some more schools. So now we are officially at 31 schools, which some of the 3 high schools got added because our original roster of 65 kids are in high school this year. So now we are officially at the high school level. And I'm going to tell you a little bit how we're going to support and serve those kids too. A quick recap of last year, we continued to serve the kids and do the events and workshops on a virtual platform. We used YouTube because nobody has to have an app and you don't have to have a computer to watch the videos on YouTube. So we still launched all our events on our YouTube channel, and it's been actually pretty successful for us. And so now we even have a parent playlist and a mentor playlist, because now we're going to start communicating not only via email and messages and phone calls, but we're also going to put the messages on our YouTube channel. And when people subscribe, they get notified immediately that there's a new video. So we're starting those 2 new playlists for parents and mentors, and we're hoping that will help us increase the communication as well and serve parents or serve people in general where they are, so they can hear the message at their time and their convenience. Like I said, they get a notification. So the more reminders we give the parents and even our mentors, the better chances are that they're going to actually receive the message. We had a 3-week summer camp that was phenomenal. I mean, the kids, they definitely had an amazing time. And I was totally happy with it. We had an amazing time. We had everybody from Microsoft, the National Hispanic Heritage Foundation, the Hawks, the Gladiators came by, and who else? Atlanta United did a soccer clinic with the kids. So definitely we had an amazing time, and the kids got a lot of support. You should have received the newsletter for the first month, and I am going to mail you a copy of it with some other things. So you should be receiving that within a week or so. At any time, if you need a question, guys, just unmute yourself and ask me. I'm trying to, again, respect your time. So I feel like I'm going a little fast. I just know that you have a lot going on, and I want to respect that. All right, so breathing for a second. So that was what we did. We served parents. We gave away a lot of food. We spent over about $10,000 on individual tutoring. We reimbursed parents for 2 months of childcare, and we didn't care if it was a daycare. a lot of Latino families don't believe in daycare. So we have our neighbors or our mothers or grandmothers or aunties or godmothers or whoever watch our kids. So we reimburse parents even for those instances so that they didn't have to have a daycare. And so we gave away lots of PPE, food, books, all of that throughout the year. So we had a great year, and we're looking forward to seeing the kids in person this year. So this school year, one of our biggest news is that we've hired a new director for our office. So now we have a director for our African-American boys and one for our African-American girls. And now I'm gonna be still leading the Hispanic mentoring priority for the girls. And we have an assistant principal who was an assistant principal. His name is Orlando Soto. People call him OJ. He's going to be leading the Hispanic mentoring boys priority. But for the first year, I'm going to still, he's going to be joining the events and everything that I have planned, because my whole calendar is already planned. I already have all my locations, all my presenters for the entire year and everything. So we're just going to invite him to come along so that we will have an easy transition, because parents, you know, and kids, everybody, you know, is already used to only being me. So I want to make sure that we transition and we still don't feel like we're detaching. I don't want to just like leave and be like, okay, now you're on your own. I want to make sure that the transition is very positive and that everybody understands that we're still going to be working together to serve the children. So that is the big news. And that's why I have on the agenda, the HMP boys and the girls. And then our events are coming up, and some of you, and listen, all of you are super busy, and I 100% know that. I used to be at the local school too. But the only thing I really need your support with overall is about the event. So we're going to be continuing our events. They're going to be in person. And if you have any contact with parents in terms of being able to share reminders, etc., about the events that we provide, I would 100% appreciate it if you could help me. I will always send them to you with the link of registration. And 9 out of 10 times, those events are only for the Hispanic mentoring priority. There will be some exceptions to that, and I will communicate that with you on the email. I will let you know, like, this is open for every Latino kid in your school. So we will definitely communicate that, but 9 out of 10 times, it's only for the kids that are in the priority and the program, because, you know, we have to buy materials, supplies, etc., and we totally budget for the kids that we have, right? I mean, if we had endless amount of money, then it wouldn't ever be a problem. I would invite all children, to be honest with you. Number 4 is about how you can support the Hispanic mentoring priority, and the communication part is literally it. If you can help me communicate with the parents, or even, and what I'm gonna additionally do, and I did this the first year, so I know that the Berkmar and Meadow Creek clusters remember this. When possible, we will send a flyer. I don't know how effective flyers are anymore, like printed flyers. I hate to kill trees and write people's names and grades and send them in an envelope. I mean, like, I hate to go through all that if it's not effective. So definitely, I would love to hear if you think that's an additional effective means of communication. I feel like the kids throw them away, or they live in the bottom of backpacks. So, you know, so I don't really want to kill the trees if I don't need to. I mean, I will do it if you feel it's effective at your school. So let me share some of the ways that we communicate. We definitely send emails, right? Our YouTube channel, our Facebook group, WhatsApp, and we make phone calls. So 9 out of 10 times, those are minimum ways of communication for every event that we do. So now that we're entering our 3rd year, we're really thinking really closely about the kids that we're going to welcome to the program, because it's not about having names on the roster, right? It's not about saying I have 500 kids in the Hispanic mentoring priority. It's about how many kids are really engaged in the program, because if they're not engaged, they're actually taking a spot of maybe a student who would be engaged, whose parents would bring them to the program. So for me, it's definitely about making sure that we're like working really smarter, right? And making sure that we can bring along those kids that whose parents would be interested in engaging. And some parents might not have transportation. That necessarily is not an indication or indicator that we wouldn't welcome them, because we have worked out things with parents that do not have transportation. Even amidst COVID, we delivered stuff to their house. So obviously that takes time and money too, but I don't want that to be the variable of non-participation. So, but we definitely do need parents that are willing to be engaged or willing to let us support them. Like I said, we will be welcoming 100 students. They all need to be in 6th grade, because we start at 6th grade, so that it will give us a longer period of time to be able to connect with them and build relationships with them. So 6th grade Latino boys and girls from your school is what we're looking for. We will welcome 100 of them in total. And since we have 31 schools, basically it's like first come, first serve type thing, right? And in September, which is now, we're now in September, the ABC report might be out already. I didn't check yesterday. I was out of the building for most of the day, but I will check today. And if it is, I will pull some names of students that are reflective in the ABC report that probably need just one additional person to pat them on the back or to cheer them on, right? And what are those kids? Those kids are literally middle of the ground. Because remember, the majority of our mentors are not educators. So we can't give them a student who needs professional support, whether it's an educator or a counselor, or therapist, etc. Our mentors are just people in our community that just want to help. And what we tell them is that we just need an extra cheerleader and a child squad. We tell them we need another adult that shows that they care, that is a good listener to them. So we want to be very mindful of the children that we are able to recruit into the program, and that we can match them up with mentors. If some of our kids need additional support, we need to find that support within our schools. So number 5, how can we support you? How can I support you? Last 2 years, schools have had me lead parent meetings. I've done professional development about how to communicate or how to engage or involve or empower Latino communities and parents, and different things, right? So if you can think of something that you might need help with, let me know. Some schools contact me and they need something, right? Materials, supplies, whatever. I'm not saying I have it, but if I can help you garnish that support, I will. And if I have a contact, I definitely will work on that and try to help you. And if I can't, I immediately tell you I can't, so that you can go to the next person and see if somebody else can help you. I don't like to, give false promises either. So let me know if I can support you in any way. And before we get to the Q&A, if you have any questions, of course, I'm going to be welcoming all of them. I want to remind you that, building children's self-esteem is part of the journey that we're on right here. All children, obviously, but I represent this priority. And so we need to help children see that the strengths that they bring to the table, the assets they bring to the table. And for the Latino Hispanic community, we should do that for all children every day, but for the Hispanic Latino community, a great time to do that is during Hispanic Heritage Month. So I did send some links with some ideas, and currently some community members are creating some videos. They're like 3 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes. And some schools are going to put them on their morning announcements or whatever. So if you need those, you let me know. And yeah, like I can support in any way that I possibly can, but it is a good time, obviously, to highlight the contributions and achievements Latino people have made in this country, so that our children get, a reiteration of the positive things that are happening and that the community is contributing to our country as well. I see a see a message. Let me see if I can. So are there any questions that you may have? Oh, thank you, David. Thank you, David. You can go ahead and unmute yourself, guys, and ask away.
Hey, Mary, this is Martha.
Good morning.
My camera isn't working, so that's why you can't see my beautiful face this morning. But I was wondering, if we work already in the school, do we have to fill out the mentoring application, or do we just speak with you directly?
I didn't catch the first part of your question.
If we already work in the school, in Gwinnett County school system, do we still have to fill out the mentoring application, or do we just talk to you directly?
Yeah, so that's a wonderful question, Martha. And a lot of schools are definitely recruiting some of their own teachers that can serve as mentors, because the mentor requirement is just to make communication once a week. And some people at school, whether it's a custodian, a clerk, a teacher, an assistant principal, etc., they're like, I see the kids at least once a week, so I can see so-and-so at the bus lane or at car riders or in the lunch, I can see them in the hallway, etc. So if it is an employee of Gwinnett County Public Schools, you would still fill out the application and you would do the training, which is about 30 minutes to 45 minutes. If you haven't noticed, I like fast meetings. So if I do the training and I can schedule it at your convenience, you don't have to do the background check or any of that, but you have to still do the training and you do the application. So that's a great question. Thank you, Martha.
All right, thanks.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Michael.
Hi. Couple of things. First of all, congratulations on being named one of the 50 most influential Latinx Hispanic people in Georgia, Nuri.
Thank you.
Yeah, and this program has just been amazing for our school. I know we've got some high school people on here, and I think at least I see Lisa, and I know Lisa knows very well about all the great work that you've been doing, and I'm excited that you're now supporting the high school students through the Hispanic Mentoring Priority. And Nuri, you've just provided, as you mentioned, and I think everybody probably here knows very well, but Nuri really backs up what she says. When she says she will provide support for the school for whatever is needed, she will. I feel like she needs an office, or the priority needs an office in all of the schools. Because she's provided resources for our Saturday program. She's spoken at our, I work at Lober Middle School, women's, she gave a just really powerful keynote speech at our faculty meeting for Women's History Month. And just on and on. She's written a couple parenting books that we use for a parenting book that we use for a book study at our school. One thing I wanted to ask is, I'm trying to wrap my head around how to plug our mentors into our school activities. I feel like we have a lot of mentors that are mentoring our students, but don't really know what's going on at our school, or I don't think they can have access to the parent portal necessarily, but I would love our mentors to maybe even receive our school newsletter, because I think that's where a lot of disconnect for a lot of our families is, because they aren't really aware of what's going on at our school. But I think that's mentors. The priority does an amazing job from a sort of a macro big picture level, but as far as specifics related to the school, is there any way to plug our mentors more into what's going on at our specific schools, get the families to come to our literacy nights and things like that?
Yeah, that's a great question. And actually that is something that's been on my mind. And I think you are part of the mentoring Facebook group, and you see that I even did like the open house. That took my Sunday. I literally had to look up every school that we serve, copy their open house schedule and post it on there. It was like, I should have started this, but anyway, I did it because I wanted the parents to know, but that is true. So my suggestion would be, so when the students and the mentors get matched, right? But we're not going to go back. So I don't expect you to go back to 1,000 emails. We normally tell you exactly who the mentor is, their phone number, their email. So you could create your own spreadsheet, or if you are interested, I can look at my database and I can send you the emails to all of the mentors, and then you could update it as it comes, or quarterly, I could send it to you again. And then this is what I do, like, especially like for you guys, I have a spreadsheet, your names, your email, etc. And so when we have a meeting coming up or have an email to send you, I copy from the spreadsheet, I highlight all of the emails and I blind copy everyone and send it. So you could do the same, Michael. You could go in your Google Drive, create a mentor folder, save the spreadsheet there. And when your newsletter comes out, highlight all of the emails for your mentors in your school and send them a copy of the newsletter and personalize it so they understand, like, dear mentors, no, blah, blah, blah. Here's a newsletter. This is where I need your support. So I hope that answered that question.
It did. Nuri, it looks like Michael got kicked out. No, yeah, he's connecting to audio again. I just wanted to let you know at McClure, we do not have a Facebook page. That's a local school decision. But I wonder if it would be possible to share all of our different schools' social media handles, like in one area for your mentors. That way they could, whichever school their mentee is attending, they could look it up. They could just kind of be in touch that way.
Yeah, definitely. Anything that local schools send me, some local schools will send me whatever they want me to send to. I help, like, if I can help you. And one of the things that I'm sure we all know, is the more reminders, even though it seems redundant, the more reminders parents get, or even the mentors, adults, the better chances we are having them connected. I mean, like, all of us are professionals, and I will not lie to you. Sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, I got to do that. Forget to put it on my calendar. And then I get an email reminder and I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot to put that on my calendar. Thank goodness I got this reminder type of thing. So, in research that I've been, research I know or have read definitely says that we need to be disseminating the message or the reminder, whatever, the message announcing something at a minimum of 3 different ways. And I always try to go for 5. For me, in my office, 5 is the magic number. So if I can come up with another way, then I guess I'm gonna have to text everyone individually. And I have done that. I've done it because I am very adamant about reaching the goal. I always have a goal of how many parents I want to attend or how many kids I want to attend to an event. And if I feel like I'm not doing it, like, I will, I'm a little extra when it comes to that. I definitely want to meet a goal. So I'm a very goal-oriented person. So that for me works. And so then I will, if I have to text people individually, then I'm going to text you individually. Michael, did you get to hear the answer or no?
Yeah, I'm not sure why I was having internet problems here at the school. I heard half the answer.
Yeah, so basically create a Google Drive folder that says mentors. We send you the list of all of the mentors with their email addresses. And when you have a newsletter, you remember, because this is what I have to do, like, even for this group, is I'll highlight all of the email addresses and I blind copy everyone, and I do a personal message. So people, need to feel connected. Obviously, I know you know, because you're a pro at this too. And you just send them the newsletter. And one of the things that I've seen bigger organizations do, and I've totally stole their idea, is not only do I send it as an attachment, but if I save that newsletter as a PNG or a JPEG so that the letters don't get blurry, etc., then I can paste it on the email and I make it large so that people don't even have to click. Because some people are getting, like, people need it like this. I'll just say that without being condescending or judging people for being a little lazy. I call them lazy, but I'm totally old and I'm old school. But some people definitely just want to see it. So I've learned from other organizations that if you save it as a, the best picture possible, which is a JPEG or PNG, then you can enlarge it and it won't get blurry, and you can send it as an attachment and also as that so that people can just read below.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, I see somebody on the chat. Let me see if there's, when we apply to maybe how many students we serve. So you can serve as little as one student. And for our priority, we only do like 3, but other priorities in my department here, their small group is like 10 kids, but for me, it's 1 to 3. Most of our people do 1. Does anybody else have a question? If you, I know you know my email address, so if you can think of anything else later, definitely let me know. I don't mind answering whatever questions you may have. Or sometimes we get off of Zoom and we're like, you should have asked. So I definitely don't have a problem answering any of that. I'm trying to look for my thing to stop sharing. Here it is. Okay, so I want to thank every single one of you for your time. I know that you're busy. Have a wonderful day. Please be safe. And I'm trying to be safe as well. So have a great day, guys. Thank you for everything.
Thank you, Nuri.
Okay, bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.